Hello, Kaiko here, and welcome to the chaos. Let's go. What is the plan for today? Well, if you remember the last stream, we did the entire Sino quest. It was a glorious quest. Love that quest. There was so much plot details there. it was so good. And it was so dramatic as well. And they put audio in the fight scene. So good. And then at the end of the quest, we were going to see Tignari. Well, we were going to see if Tignari was still sitting on the branch where we left him when we jumped off as Sino to go and talk to Sino's dad. And then on the way up to the branch, I didn't want to teleport, because sometimes when you teleport, that's when it like tricks the quest into being like, oh, reset time. So we ran up there and I triggered the quest. I triggered the Scaramouche quest, and I had to read so much dialogue. And I thought, well, this is a sign from the universe that apparently I really do need to do this. Apparently, because I did like the main Archon quest, but I didn't do the interlude or this Carabay. Carabay? I don't know. Chart of peace, your assistance is required. I keep trying to read it as cabaret, but that's obviously wrong as well. Anyway, so yes, so I accidentally triggered this quest, and we read so much dialogue for it, I've decided it's probably a sign from the universe that we're supposed to do this quest. So we're gonna do this quest, one of the main quests. Today's gonna be a plot-heavy day, which might affect the boss times, but hopefully not. I do intend to do it. I also know there is a new event. However, I haven't been able to play in the last couple days, but this looks relatively new. And it does say new ones will be unlocked like every 2 days. So, yeah, I think roughly every 2 days. And then like a week after it comes out, then, what does it say? It says, yes, until the entire quest has been unlocked on day 7. So I'm assuming day 7 is either going to be Sunday or it's going to be Monday. Someone who's unlocked it can tell me, but I assume it's Sunday or Monday, so we'll probably do it. Well, if it's Sunday, we'll do it on Sunday. If it's Monday, we'll do it next Wednesday. Probably leaning towards next Wednesday because, again, there's 11 days, and so it'll definitely be done by Wednesday. But yeah. Anyway. What are you guys on about? You guys, some of you just didn't get out. Very lucky, very lucky. You get a chicken every 5 weeks. That's quite frequent, because there's quite a lot of you. Oh yeah, you don't have an ad blocker. That is true. Okay. Oh, so you missed the last stream? Yes! That's very sad. I hope your powers are back working correctly now. Scar Quest? Yes, Scar Quest! Do I know what this means? No, I don't know if we'll do the whole thing, and I'm not gonna fall into the trap I fell into last time we did an Archon quest, which was I overran by a really long time, because I was so convinced I was almost done. And then I wasn't almost done. So I'm gonna cut that off this time. Oh dear. 3 books? Yeah, so many books. Oh dear. You've done it? Oh no, you've done it before. I don't know. Clearly I forgot. Anyway, let's do the quest. Where is the quest? I clicked on the quest without actually pressing like track the quest. Okay. Where are we going? Okay. Yeah, so what happened was we were walking past and then some guy was like talking to some other guy going like, hello, I need to learn some more stuff for my research paper. I think they were down there. And then, oh, maybe they were over here. No, I think they were down there. About my research paper, and then the other guy was like, well, if only we had the travel here. And then we walked past, and they were like, oh, it's the traveler. Hello, welcome. And we were, and then they asked us about like these rumors about Tartarasuna, which I think is the big mine. And we were like, I don't know, we don't know anything about it. And then they said something about a Kabakushi, something like that, and about it being like a parpet, and we were like, that's Scaramouche. And we were like, Paimon, don't tell them it's Scaramouche. And then we had to read like the guy's entire book on the topic. It was quite, I think they mentioned Kaidahara, and I was like, oh my gosh, Kazuha. And they mentioned some other names, and I have no idea if I was supposed to recognize them or not. And then they were like, okay, now you finished the book, why don't you read my draft paper? And it was the same thing all over again. So much information. I forgot all of it. But we read it. And then we were sitting there talking to Paimon like, oh, we probably shouldn't tell anyone about Scaramouche, given I'm pretty sure he's in jail or something because we defeated him and he committed some crimes. And then we saw him walk past. Or a shadow of him. And I think that's where we're up to. We're probably following the shadow up the stairs. Because this is also, I think, where Tignari was. So, this is where we were trying to go. Ooh, a voice note. I'm gonna find out how you say this word. Give me one moment. Oh gosh, it sounds like it has a French R. You know the thing I'm really bad at? French R's. I think it's like Caribbean. But I can't do the R sound. I've never been able to do it, much to everyone's dismay. By everyone, I mean like my French teacher. And the poor people who were trying to help me practice my French. Anyway. Where are we going? Are we going... Oh, I guess Scaramouche must have gone into Nahida's place. Fifi in the flower pot. That's so old. so old. Oh dear. Okay, let's see. Oh, Nahida! Oh, we should be Nahida to greet Nahida. I think that would have been better. Okay. Hello, Nahida. Kaiko, Paimon, there you are. Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah, it's him. Oh, there he is. Sure enough, you're here. Hey, what are you doing in the Sanctuary of Surzana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal and he's going to do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? You're sure you can trust this guy? What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already? Don't flatter yourself. It was Nahida said there were still some mysteries in you to figure out. Ah, so if you're up to you finished the job. Guess I had you all wrong. There I was like you were just getting cold feet. Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you. Ah, it's not every day you see people questioning the god of wisdom's judgment, just when you think you've seen it all. Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us. As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem making a deal even with the balladeer. Well, I've one of no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor. Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's powers all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui sensitive secrets. Being Saki and Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second, former? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore? I guess getting defeated might knock you down. I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems that the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so he tossed you out like trash. Sometimes it's using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Really? What a crying shame. Well, if the Fatui are going to reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself. As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection, so why not join forces with us? Oh, Nahida! Such a pure being. I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them. Yeah, obviously, Nahida don't listen to him. Then let's put the discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today. Alright, then I'll do what we agreed. Good, go now and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes, I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit, Kaiko. For me? Yes, as I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh yeah, actually that's the whole reason we came to see you today, so you have an update on that? You may remember me mentioning the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. As the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's all familiar with this kind of information and should be able to find it more quickly. What if he lies to you? Exactly, or what if Paimon doesn't trust him? He's treated us as enemies every time we run into him. I understand, but sometimes everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back, and Kaiko, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing, a feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer, but as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. Thank you, Nahida. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it. Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help? I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up of your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, there's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Got it. I'm glad to be able to help. Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul. Ooh. Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colours are gentler, grass that... I guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now. Yes, I remember! It's the pretty tree! It's so pretty! It's so pretty! It's pastel and pink! It's great. Oh my gosh. What are you guys doing? Why must you only come up with cursed chickens? Oh no, I can't believe you found Buff Hootie. Buff Hootie's the thing. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, look at that, hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized I might enter Irminsul ahead of you. Nahida sent me to babysit you. Shut your beak, jailbird. No way a prisoner gets to be so smug. I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now I'm on temporary release, so maybe you should think about backing off a little. Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it's essential that you remain calm after entry. There is as much for your own safety as anything else. Understood. Fine, it's called a truce, but only until the mission's over. Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be travelling together after all. Per my agreement with Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind. Ah, you sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us. If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or do you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves? The snark on this guy, it's unbearable. There's a need for the biting sarcasm, focus on doing your job. We can start now. Irminsul access granted, initiating connection procedure. Making magical tree noises. A good start. A good start. Is this a small sapling? Ah, darn it, come on, let's catch up with him. Oh wow, this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh, it looks space-themed. It's different than what I imagined. Ooh, it glows. It also does look like the inside of a computer, well, not an actual computer, but like the idea of the inside of a computer. Ooh, Paimon's never seen anything like this, and it feels like a sacred place. Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tibet. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your drawers up off the floor, it's time to go. Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says? As a little Kazanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul. Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is? Yes, permission to begin searching for information there. Permission granted, go ahead. Let's go, stay close, don't go running off. Hey, so we did go running off in here, what would happen? What are you smirking at? I just imagine the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here, you can't rule anything out, so if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me. Ah, okay, we gotta follow him. Oh, he's doing the slow moving thing! Why must I walk so close to you when you move so slow? These saplings, things have spread out. Fragments are dissipated and the space seems to have something. There are packets of information from inside Irminsul, be careful not to touch them. It has changed, looks like we've been transported to another path. Ooh. Somewhere else. It looks the same in every direction. Why in these spaces is unusual, but it seems the Balladeer isn't more used to it than I. Okay, there's a wall there. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. When he meant, is he mocking me again? What is it this time? There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it, so why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here! What a huge treat! This is the center of Irminsul, all the information in the world is flowing through it. That's a little Kazanali. Good, you made it. Are you ready? Ready when you are. Then please begin preparing to access cognitive currents, establishing waypoint. The Balladeer is actually doing what Nikita tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive. He hasn't put up any resistance and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had a similar role in the Fatui. There's Akaba and Sawada's stories, now this, what a strange individual. That's up to you, if you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us. Will do. Is he smiling? I didn't know he smiled. Huh? For once we're the ones with nothing to do. Kaiko, Paimon, would you like to talk? Nahida, is this a telepathic conversation? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join. Huh? What we can talk to each other inside our heads? That was so wholesome. She looked so confused and then happy. I'm guessing you don't want us to disturb the Balladeer. That's part of it, plus we're all friends, there's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while. I haven't ever tried this before, this is great. So Paimon, he wanted to ask you something. Do you think the Balladeer is a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say. Yes, and he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for others. As I told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but he is yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day he finds some answers. Is it about his past, the betrayals, and the other events in Inazuma? Well done, smart and attentive as always. Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into Hypatia at Paradisia. Great what you saw in the Balladeer's mind while in Paradisia. To make contact with that part of his mind? Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today. Huh, I thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else. Everyone has a history, Paimon, even if you're a puppet created by the Electric Archon. Speaking of puppets, ran into two people at the academia today talking about an essay. Turns out the topic was about the Tatrasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that? If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabukimono and so on, yes, I know all about all of that. Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatrasuna's history is still unexplained, and most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought. We'll tell Nahida about the story Akaba and Sawada are writing. Oh, how interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone. Did the guests say got it right? Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatrasuna was sabotaged. Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved. Ah, what makes you think we're talking to each other? Don't insult me, you're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. We have every right to keep certain things confidential. Of course you do, you can't always have your prisoner knowing too much. So have you found anything yet? Still looking, don't get your hopes up though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all. Wait, how do you know about that? Did Nahida tell you? It's not like we've never met before, and anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself and making a cordial conversation something I can manage. Oh, wait. Oh, huh? Wait. Ooh, tree! This light looks into those saplings. What could it be? Anonymous data? Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us. Shh, just wait. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take this moment to read the chat. I feel like a lot has happened, and there was a lot of dialogue in one go. So let's take a little break before we figure out what this is. This? I remember the name Niwa. This is related to the books we read. Let me see. Oh, Lucian's here. Hello, welcome. How can I read so fast? I don't know. I've been told I'm a very fast reader. I've been told I talk too fast. So I don't know. Because I'm Kaiko. That is true. Let me see. Gotta be, you failed your Duolingo. That is a dangerous thing to admit. You're gonna be haunted. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, hydrate. Let me drink some water. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. What's Dr. Ratio? But I know Doctor Who. Doctor Who is great. I recommend. Well, I haven't seen the newest ones, but I recommend in general. Okay. Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatrasuna's furnace. After all, it may not pay to act rashly. There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me. Is that so? Well, since you insist. It's... That name, Niwa, was the man in charge at Tatrasuna. Plus, he belongs to the lineage of Ishinart. Oh. Whoa. What's happening? Oh. I've been in Tatrasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed everyone else. Under leadership, Tatrasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose, they are motivated. As I understand, the Rider Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of that evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatrasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams, every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame. Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging processes like this on his own, at least not the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed, he sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you may want to touch Masuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods. You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. It has been my great honor to befriend you all. So, you say, sure, but is that really the truth? My good sir, what do you mean? I tried to resist thinking it was all connected because I didn't want to speculate and I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke mounting production problems, worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. Uh-oh. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. You've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who sent out to get help have come back. Now our mutual friend, the Kimono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with the Shogun. This is our last hope. Oh. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Esha? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing here with that smile on your face? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that looks like a knowing smile. I'm surprised you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time. Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events, namely you, Esha, but Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book. After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichiyo, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised. You're well informed of the subtleties of the situation from a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified? Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I'm so very attached to my craft. Enough, Esha. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace and someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge and about to take some responsibility and head inside, probably to my death, but what about you? What are you still doing here? Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me. They've gotten closer and closer. Like, they are really, really close. Drop the act or pass it now. Wherever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatsuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now? Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. To stab you with that giant knife? To stab him with the giant knife! A moment like this where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace. Oh gosh, he's slowly but surely turning around. Are you... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. It's the red eye. This guy's very suspicious. I thought I described myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days, but to my surprise, you had people looking into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually they managed to confirm that Esha was an alias and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all that, you still failed to realize my true identity and what I seek in Tatsuna. Did you really think you'd be able to see through my plan? If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it? I hope you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet, you're a human, you're just missing a heart. Scaramouche? If you're working, people won't get away with this. They'll be found out, but this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish all this? Wait. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why you go to all this trouble? It's a trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. Is he the doctor? If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. Really? This looks wrong. I am a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor. Where's his blue hair? Is this an old version? I feel like there was a time thing. Didn't he preserve himself in different times? But he doesn't look like the same man. The Fatui? Who? What do you want? Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation. A minor one? That's it. Wait, also, isn't this like 400 years ago? I feel like this is a long time ago. Didn't they say it was a long time ago? Uh-oh. That's it. That's why you gave up this cursed technology that set loose the forgery something crystal marrow. Look, even the righteous always filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It's the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It's easy for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate, so give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. What? Make no mistake, even without you, that pure innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind? So, the Doctor's been manipulating Scaramouche from the start! Always good to know. Gasping for air, cough! If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. Nothing to prove to anyone, because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only one who thinks like that are people like you. Well, no wonder Scaramouche got that in his brain. What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. And then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly, turning you into an easy target. You said he lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead, what a pity. Phew. Oh. Just as I've completed the task you gave me, creating a gap and infiltrating Nazman's inner workings. What fun it was. What? How did his face change? What? What? And I can introduce your puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust. I'm so confused. How did he change his appearance? What? Hey, are you alright? Dottore? Dottore! He's glitching. Good, good. Was it the Doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? I'm afraid so. He was the one behind the Tartrasuna incident. But why did we see things from his perspective? When I touched the Doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated his segments, I read the memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth. Maybe so, but it means nothing. Does it? But his memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take that device into the furnace. You know very well what that means, even more so than I. What happened in the furnace? The betrayal was a lie that he has believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the Doctor's experiment? The betrayal never happened, it existed only in his imagination, but where does that leave him? Let's give him some space, he looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now. Okay, let's go over that. Need to give him some time to process his emotions. Paimon's still confused about the Tartrasuna incident, so the Doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up? Nobody's ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Saragi took the kimono to live with the people of Tartrasuna. Later, the Doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine, and that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the Doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Nazma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the Doctor's experiments, the Balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the Doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the Balladeer. He did what? Put it in the device! Then he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the Balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seemed to have protected me. What's in it?" Oh no! The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for. He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants." No! The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The Balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. No! He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the Balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tartrasuna without looking back. Holy moly, so the Doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim. That's terrible. That is terrible! The being betrayed and abandoned by a close friend is sure to cause great resentment. Now we know what was behind his decision to take revenge on the Riding Guardian 100 years ago. But it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision. Yes, only if he understands this can he choose a new path forwards. Wait for a while. Oh, Tori, you brazen face. Niwa didn't run for justice. You killed him. Okay, is he done talking? I think he's done talking. I did notice Niwa had the Kazuha red streak. It's just less visible because he had brown hair. Oh, a while later. Okay, what are you guys on about? Okay, sounds like the new event is, a bit questionable. Okay. Yes, poor Niwa and his betrayal. I didn't realize there was going to be so much behind that because the other times he was going on about his betrayal, no one explained the, I thought it said something about, oh no, it was the child that died. I didn't think it was, he thought that this guy murdered somebody and gave him a heart and then ran away. That's quite a dramatic betrayal. Ooh. Oracle Keiko. Ooh. We could do an Oracle Keiko, but I think my reward thing is full. So, well, we can keep the rewards, but the, you know the little thing that makes the emotes come up? You know the emotes that show up like the potato chicken and the hydrate chicken? I have, there's one too many. But maybe I can delete one of these other ones that no one ever uses. But yes, we'll need to change one. But we could do one of those, maybe. Someone remind me later to make a Oracle chicken. Or put it in the suggestions box so I remember later. Hopefully. Okay, bingo. Oh my gosh. Dottore! Why is it always Dottore? Why is he so... Disgusting. Disgusting. How do we bother, dear? I don't know. He's a complicated character. I like to believe redemption is possible, but currently he's not great. We'll have to see. However, this betrayal was quite a betrayal. Not by who we thought betrayed him, but by Dottore. Anyway, shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? I bet that's a fake smug look and he's dying on the inside. That's a scary expression. Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. We just make sure this doesn't affect the plan. It won't, I'll keep my end of the deal. I bet he finds another piece of his own history. Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about? That's why we're here. Unfortunately, there's no information about the descendants in Umensal. Well, that's not good. If even you can't find anything that seems to confirm it, Umensal does not keep records on the descendants. Everyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat. Ooh. Does that mean we have to leave empty-handed? Not unexpected, but still, thank you. Don't thank me just yet. You're really upset? Well, Umensal was a dead end. I guess I can share some other info that might interest you. Is he volunteering information? What a character switch. Huh? About what? The reason why there are records about your brother in Umensal, it might have something to do with Conria. Apparently Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning. What? The heavens responded? The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in... He was a what? A royal mage in Conria and lived with your brother for a time? The jester and the Fatui Harbinger... What? Why? I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is I wouldn't lie to you about this. What is going on? Did you get all of that, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Yes, astonishing news. Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Umensal, but was it valuable? Very valuable. Good, in that case, I'll take some time for myself now. Huh? What have you done? Oh! Did he bubble us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was right, my power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all the divine power left in me, I can't sustain the shield for very long. Kaiko, I shared a secret with you and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. What do you want to know? Give me your hand. That's not a question. Okay. Can you hear my voice inside your head? Are you trying to brainwash me? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. Paimon is not happy about this. Paimon is not happy about this! So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? I don't know. We don't know. Wait, why would you ask that? Done. Huh? What happened? Paimon saw you hold hands for a second. Nothing, I was just thanking you for helping me. Wait, then look, did he see me hesitate? But that was because I know about Great Lord Rukadevata. Uh-oh, I think by not denying it immediately, I gave him the answer he was looking for. So long, I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly. Where are you going? Hey, wait up, did you say no, not to go running off? Paladin, stop! Haven't we have to stop him? Uh-oh, fast reaction time, but I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. What? From this day forth, the name Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. How did he know? Those who died in Tatrasuna because of me deserve another chance at life. Now hey Balladeer, don't do anything stupid! You know, I never did like insects. Horde of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance, and I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Balladeer, Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow. What? Wait, is that sound? There's a cutscene? Nope. Oh no, he's... something. He's really gone. Hello, can you hear me? Nahida! Kaiko, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power. It was Balladeer's fault. He shut you out. You tell Nahida everything that happened. I didn't think he'd be capable of something like this with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated, or did he achieve something beyond his abilities and took everything he had? Where the heck did he go? It's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida. Don't be, it's not your fault. Please let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible. So much quest made you question yourself. I mean, it's quite a thought-provoking quest. Scaramouche Schrödinger? Yes, pretty much. No more Kakashi. Yes, it's gone for now, I presume. We're at an inn or something. This is an emergency. I have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged and nobody will disturb you. No, I want to help. Isn't there anything I can do? I'm sorry, this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me. An emergency? How bad is it, Nahida? Will you be okay? Don't worry, if my assessment is correct. Though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe. Her voice is gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really bad has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before? Paimon doesn't remember Great Lord Rukadevata. And the Balladeer's question was a strange one. It's hard to explain in full, and the truth might be very distressing for Paimon. Let's get the part about Greater Lord Rukadevata for now, and focus on the Balladeer. You also Paimon what the Balladeer asked you and what he might have been planning. He wants to change the past, but surely that's impossible. It's not easy, that's for sure. Right, you can't just rewrite history, all that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in the inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would be sure as heck to remember drinking it. Yeah, great example. So why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Paimon's so confused. Maybe he wants to erase himself from history. Paimon, are you okay? No, Paimon accidentally, it's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing himself from history is unthinkable. Is this really possible in Irminsul? Not necessarily, but maybe. I'm just guessing here. Phew, Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to, and it's still not working. Paimon's had it with that little rat. He's nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, would everyone who's connected to him be affected too? Indeed, if the Balladeer does erase himself from Irminsul, many people in Azul will be affected. Can't imagine what that situation would look like. Worst case scenario, it will affect everyone with a connection to the Raiden. Rikaden, Kazuha, Ayaka, Ayato, will this mean that they'll disappear? Oh, because generations later. There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? I think now there's nothing left for us to do but go to sleep. But Paimon's also worried Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight. Me neither. So how about we list all our favourite foods to take our minds off it things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse out of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon, to start. First dish, what's that grilled fish? Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers, tea break pancakes, cream stew, sauteed matsutake, and jade and chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying salad. Ooh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed, and bird egg soup, and... That can't be good. Did we pass out? Paimon, what's wrong? What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was talking. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again? You began to worry about the situation about the Balladeer. With the Balladeer, you started listing foods. The Balladeer? Is that a food too? Weird name though. Uh-oh. Paimon doesn't remember the Balladeer. That must mean he actually pulled it off. But how did he have that ability? This doesn't make sense. What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? No, it's nothing. It's the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? Because it sounds like a nickname or something. Uh-oh. This is really happening. I need to know what else has changed. Paimon, come with me. Okay, sure. Where are we going? I want to go back to Inazuma. Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency. Now's not the time to explain. Let's get over there first. Were we not supposed to tell Nahida before we left? Oh gosh. Is that... Oh gosh, where are we going? Where is it? Ooh, okay. Okay, I hope everyone's, still around. Messing with history is always a touchy subject. Oh gosh. Okay, Okay. We've made it to Amenamana Smith. I just want Amenamana Smithy. It's been a while. Pardon me, I'd like to ask a question if I may. Of course, go ahead. About the riding go-kart, and could you tell me that story one more time? Oh no, that's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well, I'll tell you what I know once more. The once-renowned riding go-karting comprised of 5 branches. Amenama, Futsu, Ishin, Yakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time only the Amenama branch kept its art alive. Unfortunately, Kaidahara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now 2 clans remain of the original Go-Karten 5. Well, that doesn't seem to have changed much. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade. Oh yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the riding Go-Karten then too. It seems like such a shame. What was the reason behind their decline? That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaito Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Riding Guardian, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you, it is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Riding Guardian were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith. Vengeful? Why? 400 years ago, or so, I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatsusuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatsuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaito clan. Knowing they just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly saved lives, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphan son was left to fend for himself and grew up deeply resentful of the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who'd done nothing to try and save him. So the universe fixed itself. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he has to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there, but 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision, to take revenge on the Riding Guardian. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hayakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all the Riding Guardian. When he came to the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaidahara clan and their Ishinat survived the day. I suppose they were the lucky ones under the dire circumstances. The legend of the Riding Guardian has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. It looks like the Balladeer did something in Namansel, but it seems Niwa still died. Keiko, was there anything else you wanted to ask? Have you seen Kazuha recently? Kazuha? Why yes, just yesterday. In fact, we spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well. Phew, so he still exists, and he's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. That's all, thank you very much. My pleasure. Don't tell Paimon there are other places you want to visit too, right? Your Russian says it all, you can't hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveller. Paimon will be right behind you. Okay, because we gotta go to the Yashiro Commission. I guess we gotta check that the Kamisatos are okay. Paimon don't remember him. Exactly. This is very stressful. And let me stretch. I've stretched. Why is the Genshin Dark game hidden in shapes and colours? Exactly! I tell you, every single Archon quest gets more dark than the last. Again, haven't done them all, but so far, I've said this several times. But you know, Mondstadt, fighting a dragon, pretty classic, pretty standard, you know, pretty normal levels of devastation. Then like, Liyue, suddenly a god is dying. We are dealing with a murder, a godly murder. I don't know what I just said. And then even when we did, you know, finish that, someone unleashed a god on us. But it's okay, we stopped it. And then number 3, we have the whole Raiden Shogun trying to subdue all of her subjects. Everything is in lockdown, everyone's being attacked, everyone is like dying from lack of motivation. And then you get to like Subaru and they imprison their god. And there's lots of like racism. Classic. And then like, I don't know, it's only gonna get worse. And I don't know how much worse, but it can only get worse. Oh gosh. So many things. Which I get to Fontaine. Oh gosh. Yeah, see, it's only gonna get worse. And there's still like 2 regions left. I don't know if we'll survive. We're here. This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so... Keiko, it's been a while. Hello! If you're looking for the Commission and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now. Are they out on business? The Commission is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commission's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back. What do you think? Shall we go on in? Thank you, we'll take you up on that offer. Can we take a walk in the courtyard? If I were anyone else, I couldn't allow it, but seeing as you're so close to the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay. We'll be heading in then, thanks. Hello dears, is there anything you wanted to say? Can I ask you a couple of questions? Of course. Yes, and Kaiko, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know? How are the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organisations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. Not much hasn't changed, although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days. So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh? Very much so. Ayato is still the Yashiro Commissioner. Ayaka is still the lady of the house, no changes there. As far as I can see, nothing's changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know the Kamisato siblings are both safe and well. Well, got any more questions? That's all for now. Many thanks. You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems to be thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know, you're a hero to us all. I'm flattered. I mean it. Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The Commissioner has such a busy schedule, he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home, but given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. The Commissioner is so fond of home comforts. He gets to talking about you sometimes too, you know, always with a very fond tone, the way one would talk about dear old friends, around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together, they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had. You always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time. As someone who is old and grey enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know that you're always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company. Thank you very much. I'll visit you again. Thank you. The people of the Kamisato clan are very dear friends to me. Wonderful, thank you. Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great. Paimon's itching to try it. We just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should pay a visit again real soon, ideally around dinner time. Of course, you're always welcome. Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next? Tatarasuna. Great, goodbye Mom. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out. Alright then, take care now. Hope to see you soon. Oh, are you two leaving already? Yep, everything's taken care of now, don't worry. Very well, safe travels, goodbye. Okay, so we've got to go to Tatarasuna. Oh gosh. Like, something changed, but something else changed back to like fill in all the gaps. I wonder if this is kind of what happened to Nahida and Ruth Davidson, because they sort of had Nahida take over Ruth Davidson's role in like history, and I wonder if that's just what's happening. So everything the Balladeer did still happened, just from somebody else. Thanks for watching everyone. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you'd like to see me play live, then check out my Twitch channel. You can find me on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 PM GMT. Thanks again and have a great day.